Hello my dear J warriors, welcome to the VITEEE top questions PYQs of English, Aptitude and Physics in this particular session. I hope I am audible and visible to all of you. Do let me know quickly in the chat box. Yes, perfect. So the session has just started. This is your Captain Shreyas, your physics master teacher, and like many of you know, I've been sending kids every year to the top-notch colleges in the country. This time will be no different. So let's gather ourselves. Do not worry about your JEE Mains percentiles. Put that aside, move on, and let's concentrate on all the other examinations which are at hand. Do not neglect any examination. Remember that. You never know what might turn up. You might get a very good branch by solving these questions. You might be really happy in life. So let's put all our sincere energy into this. Ready? Yes. So Vanakkam. Hello Vishnu, hello Nani. No, VIT is not better than NIT. Definitely not. Like if you compare all the South NITs like Surathkal, Warangal, even Trichy, Nagpur and all these, obviously these NITs are much better. But if you compare the lower NITs, then yes, VIT is much better. So that is the reason why this is a very good private college. Okay. So let's begin with our lecture. And here we go with the first section, aptitude. So I've kept aptitude first, then physics and then English. Everybody ready for it? Now the aptitude questions usually are based on data, statements, relationships, sequence, series, number, magic boxes, pattern identification. These are the common kinds of questions. You will get an idea, seeing these questions. Here it is. This is the first question. What is the approximate percentage increase in the production of Ludo from 1993 to 1995? So you might be given a chart or a table and you will be asked to interpret it. Sometimes graphs are given. Sometimes pie charts are given. Sometimes some analysis is given. Based on that, you have to answer. The questions are simple minded, but the timing is very important. You should be able to solve these things very quickly. Now, if you understand this question carefully, from 1993 to 1995, the production of Ludo, right, you can see very clearly has gone from 150 to 195. So that is what it is. So what is the percentage change? It is 195 minus 150, whole thing divided by 150, the whole thing multiplied by 100. So it is 45 divided by 150 into 100. 0 cancels, 15 goes with 45 3 times. So that should be 30%. Just check this out. Option A. Very good, Jnaneshwar. Awesome. Good morning everyone. Balaji, just refresh. That should help you. The video should not be stuck. I mean, just refresh. That will be better. Okay. Have you refreshed? All right. Okay. Very good. Right. Vishnu will be providing you the answers, and it is not important right now to do the JEE Mains last shift. Okay, we'll provide you the PDF. Don't worry about it. Okay. We are doing the discussions mainly for the next shift people. When there is nobody writing the next day, because the questions are getting repeated. I know you are also interested, sir, what were the answers? That's why we will be sharing the PDF. Is that okay? Cool. Move on now. Let's talk about the next exam. What is the percentage drop in the production of Ludo from 92 to 1994? 1992 to 1994 Ludo. So how much has the percentage dropped by? So from 200 it has gone to 180. So how much is the drop, guys? How much is the drop? So 200 minus 180 upon 200 into 100. How much is it? 20 by 200 into 100, guys. Come on. This is nothing but 10%. Just check this out. Option C for Captain Shreyas. How many of you wrote C? Very good, Trisha. I want everybody to spam the answers, because if you do not spam the answers, that means you are going to take some time to solve it in the exam. So even if you're wrong, that's okay. But I want you to spam the answers. Okay. Let's go on. Remember, these questions you will get 1 minute per question. 1 minute per question as soon as you see it on the screen. Which of the following category there has been a continuous increase in the production over years? Continuous increase. Now if you see over here 180 to 175, there is a decrease, not possible. So Scrabble is gone. Ludo also, what about it? From 200 to 150. So Ludo also is gone. What about chess? From 100 to 92, it's gone. What about Carom also? I think it is gone because 85 to 75. The only increasing trend is over here. So I think Monopoly should be the correct answer. How many of you have written Monopoly? Option B. Very good. Awesomeness. Let's find out. Yes, it is correct. Let's go on to the next question. Let's see if you can answer this. Question is to identify the next number in the series. The usual trick is find out whether it is increasing or decreasing. Whenever it is increasing, usually some multiplication and addition will be there. When it is decreasing, usually some division or subtraction will be there. Sometimes it can be powers also, powers plus something, powers minus something, okay, or sometimes it could be multiplying with a ratio every time. So try to fit in all the combinations which are possible. Here 285, 253, 221, 189, it is definitely a decreasing series. So something should be either subtracted or something should be divided, or you are taking out a certain digit, reducing something, most likely something like that. So what do you think is the next number? What do you think is the next number, guys? 285 to 253, 253 to 221, 221 to 189. Are you seeing a particular thing between these two numbers? When you subtract them, what is the difference? When you subtract them, 285 and 253, so it is 32. It is 32. Between these two, if you subtract it, that is also 32. Between these two also, if you subtract it, it is also 32. So between what and what, the difference should be 32, guys. 189 minus 32, it should be 157, I believe. 157, option C. Yes, it is correct. Option C, 157. See, questions are very simple, but it has to be done under a minute. That is the challenge. Students, you know, that's why mock test will be very, very important. Many students look at VITEEE questions and they are like, sir, questions are simple, I will crack it on the exam. Those are the students who do not crack VITEEE. The problem is the speed, the accuracy, completion of the paper, time management. That's all. Moving on to the next one, coming up on your screen. In a certain code language, presentation is written as something. How would intelligence be written in that particular, coded language? You have to be very, very careful over here. Now, I don't see any, usually what happens is P will be added by some two alphabets, one alphabet, or taken down by one or two alphabets. But P and E are very far apart. It's not even opposite, like if it goes like this, you go like that. No, because P is in the first, N is in the last. Here E is in the first, N is in the last. I think I can see PR over here, ON over here. Okay, so basically I think the words are misplaced. I can see some words are misplaced. Check this out. PR is over here, PR is over here. Then ES is over here, ES is over here. Then check for EN. EN is over here, EN is over here. Then check for basically TA. TA is over here, TA is over here. Then check for TI. TI is basically over here. IT is over here. And ON is over here. ON is over here. ON is over here. So this is the jumbling of words. This is the jumbling of words. The same jumbling you will follow, guys. The same jumbling you will follow over here. So all you will have to do is do it in the same manner. Do it in the same manner. That's it. See where does it make sense. See where does it make sense. See where does it make sense. That's it. EN and CE. Is there an option? Many of you are saying option D. Is that so? Just check it out. The yellow has gone on the second last side. Yellow has gone on 2 units to the second last side. So IN, yes, I can see IN is over here, the second last, and green is over here, the first. Green is here, the first. Is it so? Yes, the green is over here, the first. Perfect. Then you should have orange over here, you should have orange over here, then the red one over here, then the red one over here, then the blue one over here, the blue one over here, and the last pink one over here. Just check if the same sequence is matching. It is option D. Very good, my dear warriors. That's it. Yes. So it was just breaking it down into small parts and arranging them and following the same trend later on. That's it. It is the same logic. Okay. Moving on to the next one. These kind of questions, directional based, visualization based questions. Ram is moving somewhere north, east, west. Where is he finally from the original one? Yeah. JEE 2025 also will start, my dear warriors, after some time. Okay. Just give us some time. We'll definitely start for all of you. Okay. I know you guys are eagerly waiting. Yeah. The session will be for 1 hour something. Okay. So for this particular question, start drawing the diagram. X, he moves 20 meters towards the north. 20 meters towards the north. Then he moves 40 meters towards the west. 40 meters towards the west. Okay. Then he moves 20 meters towards the north. Okay. Then he moves 20 meters towards the north. Then he moves 40 meters towards the east. So he has come back on the same line. Okay. 40 meters towards the east. Then 10 meters towards the right. So as he is going like this, 10 meters towards the right means he has gone like this. So if you compare from this point to this point, how much will this be? This is 10. This is 20. This is 10, this is 20. So the total will be 10 plus 20, which is equal to 30 meters north. 30 meters north should be the answer. Yes. This is the final point. This is the initial point. So he is 30 meters north. How many of you wrote it? Option A. Many of you were saying C also or B also. That is wrong. It is not C. It is not B, my dear warriors. It is basically option number A. Right? Let's go on to the next one. The 5th date of the month, 5th date of the month is a Tuesday. What date will be 3 days after the 3rd Friday in the month? Quickly try to solve it under a minute. The challenge is always the time. Remember that. The 5th day of the month is basically the Tuesday. So if you go back and see what are the other days, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is going to be Monday. This is going to be Sunday. This is going to be Saturday. First is going to be Friday. Oh, so this Friday is basically the first Friday. When will the next second Friday be? And when will the third Friday be? Think about it. When will the third Friday and the second Friday be? The second Friday, guys, come on. 1 plus 7, that is going to be 8th of the month. And the third Friday is going to be, when, guys? The third Friday is when, guys? It is going to be 15th, right? So that is the third Friday. Everybody till this point, is it clear? Everybody till this point, is it clear? Very nice. But the question is not that. 3 days after the third Friday. 3 days. That means 16, 17 and basically 18. So yes, that is going to be 18. Just check this out, everybody. Option D. How many of you wrote option D? Very good. Answer is D. Yes, cool, kudos. The question could also have been what day it is, So this is Saturday, this is Sunday, this is going to be basically Monday. So that also could have been the question sometimes, okay? So just, make a chart, make a map, quickly do the analysis, draw it. Don't think mentally you might make mistakes. Always write it down, okay? There is no harm. See, it becomes very simple. Within a minute only you can solve. When I'm explaining, obviously I'll take more than a minute. Okay, but when you're solving it in the rough sheet, it will be very quick. This is syllogisms. Syllogisms means statement-based questions. Something is something, something is not something. All these things are these things. Those kind of questions are called syllogisms. The way to solve syllogisms is always using Venn diagram. Venn diagram, like how you learnt in sets, makes it very easy. Some cats are dogs. No dog is a toy. Conclusions are these. Which conclusions are always going to be correct? Some cats are dogs. Some of the cats are dogs. This is a possibility. Some of the cats are dogs. Even no dog is a toy. No dog is a toy. No dog is a toy. So this is possibility. Even the second possibility is like this also. No dog is a toy. You can see all the dogs and all the toys are separate. all the dogs and toys are separate. Here, some of the toys are cats. These are possibilities. I'm not saying this is always true. These are possibilities. Now check it out. Some dogs are cats, definitely. Some dogs are cats, definitely. You can see that. Some of the dogs are cats, some of the cats are also dogs. Some toys are cats, not always. Not always. Conclusion means always. See, understand what is the meaning of conclusion. Conclusion means, is it true always? Is it true always? Sometimes it is true, sometimes it is not true. Hence, you will not make this as a conclusion. Some cats are not toys. Some cats are not toys, sometimes possible. Some cats are not toys, may be possible. So, this is not always true. This is not always true. Do you understand it? Similarly, all toys are cats. All the toys are cats. Definitely it is not seen over here. So, fourth is also gone. So, only the first conclusion is following. The second and third one are wrong. Yes, option A. Only conclusion 1 is true. 2 and 3 are not correct. Okay. Sir, why you didn't draw all toys are cats? That's also a possibility. Yes, that is also a possibility. What did you just say? All toys are cats. All the toys are cats. Yeah, that is also a possibility. You can do it like this also. All the toys are cats. I can do it like this. This is third possibility. Even I can do one more possibility. There are infinite such possibilities. I mean, you can think about it. Imagine a set like this. Imagine a set like this. This is the fourth possibility. I'm just showing you few possibilities. See, to prove something, you need to ensure all the cases are true. To disprove something, you just need to disprove one case. How many of you understand this logic? How many of you understand this logic? Whenever you have to prove something or to find the validity, all the cases you have to prove. Not even one case you should leave. But whenever you have to disprove something, even if you disprove any one statement, that's it. The whole statement becomes false, even if other statements are correct. Understanding this point? So always try to find that case which makes it not, by which you cannot conclude it. So I just drew some cases by which I cannot see the conclusion. Understood? Clear? All right, very good. Let's move on to the next one. These kind of questions are also common now. What does it say? How is this H person related to this B person? H is married to P, P is the mother of T, T is married to D, D is the father of B, B is the daughter of T, T is the sister of N, H is the father of N. But lot of people, what they will try to do, what is the relationship between H and B? They'll try to find the relation. No, that is where you waste the time. Don't even have to do that. Look at the trick over here. The options are only something else. The option is not what is the actual relationship. The question is the data in this statement and this statement enough to find the relationship? Is this data and this data enough for me to find or solve the question? The data sufficiency question. It is a data sufficiency question. So check it out. H and B we want to find. H and B we want to find. B is over here. B is over here. Okay, B is over here. B is over here. H is over here. Okay, see quickly. H is related to P. Okay. P is related to T. Okay. T is related to D. Okay. And D is obviously related to B. So indirectly H and B are related. You can find the relationship. Done. B is the daughter of T. Okay. T is the sister of N. Okay. And H is the father of N. Oh, from B to T, T to N, N to H. I can again find the relationship. So both the statements lead us to the final answer. So the data is sufficient. So hence, I think option C should be correct. The data is sufficient. Can you see that? The data is basically sufficient for both 1 and 2. Both the statements, the data is sufficient. That's all. It is not A. Is that okay, everyone? It is not option A, my dear warriors. It is option D. Option C. Cool? Shall we go ahead? Everyone loving this session. How many of you have liked the session already? If you have not done that, you are not doing justice to the channel. Just quickly do that. You are not supporting me. I will stop the series. Okay, make sure you are liking the video. Yes, liking the video. And tomorrow, similarly, SRMJ. And today evening, Namrata ma'am is taking up the EAP-SAT entrance examination hot weightage topics. Okay, high weightage topics. So make sure you are attending these lectures. Okay, attend these classes. This is very, very important, right? For all of you. Moving on to the next one. Now we are going to go to physics. So these questions, okay, be very quick in it. All right, let's see if we can be really fast. We'll solve few physics questions just so that you get an idea of what level of questions and how fast you need to be. Light of wavelength, this and this falls on two identical metal plates respectively. The maximum energy of electrons is Ka and Kb. Then which of the following is true? Lambda A is 2 times of lambda B. So quickly use the photoelectric equation, my dear warriors. So Hc by lambda A is equal to the work function and plus the kinetic energy of A. Then Hc by lambda B is work function plus Kb. Now lambda A is 2 times of lambda B. So from here Ka will be nothing but Hc by 2 times of lambda B minus phi, and from here Kb will be Hc by lambda B minus 5. So now compare these two. What do you think about this? How are you going to compare these two? Ka and Kb. How are you going to compare Ka and Kb? So I think the better relationship to do is make these two divided by 2 so that you can compare them. Divide this by 2, divide this by 2. Now it is very easy to see. Compare Ka and Kb. Just compare this term Ka and Kb by 2. This term is same. Here minus 5, here minus 5 by 2. I'm subtracting more, I'm subtracting less. Subtracting more means this is definitely less. I'm subtracting less, that means the whole quantity is more. So Ka is less and Kb by 2 is more. Option A is correct. Yes, this is more, this is less. That's it. Option A. How many of you wrote option A? Yes, very good. Awesome, my dear warriors. Moving to the next question. I'm not spending too much time on a question because that's how VITEEE exam is. Believe me. And you need to get into that mood. If I spend 5-10 minutes on a question, you will be like, this exam is very relaxed. No, the exam is really fast. Let me tell you, before you realize 2.5 hours will be over. It's not 3 hours, it's 2.5 hours. And there are 5 subjects: physics, chemistry, mathematics, aptitude and English. Aptitude and English, few questions are there, but 5 subjects if you think of it psychologically. Okay, which of the following curves represents the variation of impedance with frequency? Remember, when you change the frequency, there comes a point of resonance. When impedance is minimum, current is maximum, and then again it increases. So I don't think this is the graph. I think it should be graph number C. Z minimum happens at basically resonance. Exactly. So how many of you have written down C for Captain Shreyas? Anisha, definitely there will be more classes for all of you. Definitely. But it all depends on, can you get your friends on this Vedantu JEE English channel? Do you feel that this is your channel? Do you feel that when the subscribers on this channel grow, sir, this is for us only. It is not for the sake of random things. Sir is not doing it for his own gain, but for you guys. Okay, my subscribers will increase, my likes will increase. What will I get from that? Am I going to get extra money? Nothing. Same salary only I will get. But the point is, when many people like the session, many people come to the session, imagine the number of students getting benefited. Imagine the enthu of the teachers. Imagine the motivation of the teachers who will do more sessions for you. That will indirectly benefit you only. So understand, it is only for you that I ask to like, subscribe, share, comment, nothing more. Okay? Because your marks are going to increase. After 1-2 months, you will be gone. You will be, in the amazing colleges that you desired to be in. Understand that. Moving on. Carnot engine takes calories of heat reservoir. This gives it to sink at this. Work done by the engine is how much? So, my dear warriors, you need to use the efficiency formula. Efficiency is 1 minus the cold temperature by the hot temperature. Is that right? 1 minus the cold temperature by hot temperature. Everybody remembers this? Very good, very good. Awesome. Now, efficiency is also, remember, the work which is done upon the heat which is absorbed. Heat which is absorbed. I think the heat absorbed is given, work done is asked. So, work done is asked. Heat absorbed is 3 into 10 to the power 6 calories. 1 calorie is 4.2 joules. So, multiplied by 4.2, right? That conversion factor needs to be there. Is equal to 1 minus the cold. Cold temperature is 27. That means it is 300 Kelvin. This is hot temperature, which is 627 plus 273, which is going to make it 900, my dear warriors. That's it. So this is 0, 0 cancel, 0, 0 cancel. This goes with 3. 1 minus 1 by 3 is 2 by 3. So therefore, work done will be 2 by 3 into 3 into 10 to the power 6 into 4.2. You can see 3, 3 cancels. 4.2 into 2 is 8.4, 10 to the power 6. Very, very straightforward question. Very, very straightforward question. Under a minute you can solve it. Yes, under a minute you can solve it. Correct? Moving on to the next question on your screen now. An element of this much length is placed at the origin which carries a large amount of current 1 meter in the perpendicular direction. What is the value of magnetic field? Use your ৱ্যায়-Savart's law. It is nothing but mu naught by 4 pi IDL, right? R sine theta by R cube. This R cancels. This will become R square. This is basically 10 to the power minus 7. Current value is 10 amperes. The length is 0.5. Then sine theta is basically 1 because 90 degrees. Whole thing divided by R square. R is 1 meter distance. So 1 square. So it will be 0.5 or 5 into 10 to the power something. That's it. Option C. How did I quickly say option C, guys? Without even calculating. Just ignore the powers of 10, decimals and zeros. That is the trick. What is the trick? What is the trick? Ignore decimals, zeros and powers of 10. Ignore them. So whatever numbers are there, just say. 5 is the only number I can see. So 5 is not there here, 5 is not there here, 5 is not there here. This is 5.5, not 5. This is 5 into 10 to the power something. Directly mark it. That is the trick. That is the trick. Everybody with me? Understood? How many of you knew this trick? This will save you some time in the calculations. 20 seconds also if it saves. It is a lot. Trust me, in the SRM, JEE, VITEEE, EEE like exams, even BITSAT. The flask contains monoatomic, diatomic gases. Ratio 4:1. Mass of the temperature is this thing. Ratio of the average kinetic energy per the molecule of the two gases. Ratio of the average kinetic energy of the molecules is how much? Come on, my dear warriors. Average kinetic energy per molecule. Come on. What do you think the answer is going to be? What do you think the answer is going to be? Quickly, put it up in the chat box. Their temperatures are same. Monoatomic and diatomic gases are there. Yes, come on. Monoatomic and diatomic gases are there in the ratio 4:1 by mass at temperature of 300. Guys, don't you see that per molecule the energy should be the same because the temperature is the same? The kinetic energy half mv square, shouldn't it be the same? It's just the average kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is half mv/ms square. Half mv/ms square. That's it. So think about it. This guy is nothing but root of 3RT by m. 3RT by m. Indirectly, it is only dependent on the temperature. The temperature is the same. It's just going to be the same. It's just going to be the same. If you don't want to look at it like that, no issues. The kinetic energy of a molecule, remember, and that too the translational kinetic energy we are talking about, because it's not mentioned rotational, so take translational. So that is why it will be nothing but half kT. There are 3 such translations, so 3 into half kT. Isn't it directly dependent on the temperature? Temperature is same, so it should be 1:1. That is the answer. That is the answer. As simple as that. No, it is Yeah, it is not D option 1:4 and all those things. Okay, moving on. Next question, my dear warriors. I want you to be really quick about this because that is going to give you the marks in VITEEE, and I want every student to put in their 100%. Do not be demotivated by any of the percentiles. Sir, you told the percentiles are going to be so bad and all of that. Forget it, guys. Let's concentrate. I want you to be out of this 2024, right? Everybody has to plan to get into the college. I want you to enjoy the freshers party of 2024. How many of you are going to enjoy the freshers party of 2024 in some college this year? Just put up a heart or a fire emoji in the chat box quickly. Yes, freshers party, college freshers party, amazing party, guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. You're going to meet a lot of new people. You're going to interact with so many people, a lot of cultural activities and so many developmental activities also. So that is one of the first things that you will do, and so many clubs and so many things you will get to know about the college, right? How many of you want to start that? Yes. Telugu people raise the hand, says Charan. Tamil people also raise your hand. Kannada people also raise your hand. Anybody else also raise your hand. Very good. Awesome. SSN entrance, my dear warriors, I'm not so sure. Okay, cool. See, these in the previous question, don't count the total degrees of freedom. When you just say kinetic energy, it means translational kinetic energy. So only count the 3 translational degrees. So be it mono or be it dia, there are always 3 translational degrees. 2 additional rotational degrees are there which you will not count. Okay, so keep that in mind. That is a tricky question. Yes, the correct answer for this is option A, half kx square. You can put x minus a, that is just shift of origin. That's okay. What is this? Cubic equation, exponential equation, constant equation. It is a quadratic equation. If you remember potential energy, it is always a parabola. So it has to be a quadratic equation. Not a cubic, exponential or a constant equation. As simple as that. Try to solve this question, my dear warriors. Come on, my dear warriors. Let's figure out this answer as well. Electric field is in which direction? It is in the x cap. That means x-axis. It is like this. The question is the flux through the shaded area as shown in the figure due to this particular field is. Now, if you look at the coordinates now, you will get a lot of confusion. I'll tell you, it is basically slanting. It is basically, slanting in nature. So you just think about the electric field which is going to be parallel to the x-axis. It will be like this. So divide the area into 2 components. One is going to be like this. One is going to be like this. And the second one is going to be like this. How many of you are able to visualize this now, sir? Yes, sir, I'm able to visualize this now. How many of you are able to visualize this now? I have divided the area into 2 parts. So how is the field going? The field is going along the x-axis. So it is going basically like this, piercing through the green area, not the red area. So ignore the red area. What should be the green area, my dear warriors? What should be the green area? Think about it quickly and answer. The height will be A, the base will be also A. So the area will be A square. What is the electric field, my dear warriors? It is basically E0. So what will be the flux, my dear warriors? It will be field into area. So E0 into A square. Option C. Yes, that's it. Option C. Correct. Very, very straightforward. Very, very straightforward. Isn't that right, everybody? So these are very direct questions. If you visualize it like this, it becomes so laddu. Otherwise, it is very difficult. Why we didn't take the red area? Because for the red area, understand the electric field lines are going like this. They are not piercing through it. So that is why no flux. No flux for the red area. And can I split area into 2 components? Yes, because area is like a vector quantity. So that is the reason why I split it into 2 parts, if you are wondering about it. Equation is given, wave on the string of linear mass density, blah, blah, blah. Question is, what is the tension in the string? All right, my dear warriors. For finding the tension, what do we need? This formula, V is root of T by mu. So tension is V square into mu. V I don't know, but U is mass per linear mass density, which is given to be 0.04. What is the speed? Well, to find out the speed, look over here. The speed is the coefficient of x upon the coefficient of time. What is the coefficient of x? It is 1 by 0.05. What is the coefficient of time? It is 1 by 0.04. So it will just become 4 by 5. So just put 4 over here and just put 5 over here. That's it. So the answer should be 6.25 Newton. 6.25 Newton, but this is square, of course. This is square, of course. That's it. Option D. Everybody clear? Everybody clear? Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. Hey, who is this? Waste fellow? Some girls are there, it seems. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Get lost, man. What kind of nonsense is this? At this point of time, you are interested in all these rubbish activities. Focus on the class. 1 by 0.5. Oh, I put, sorry. I put 0.05. So sorry. Let me change it. It is 0.5. So sorry. So this will basically also change. I'm so sorry. This will become 0.04 divided by 0.5. So shift it. So it will become 40 by 5. 2 decimals. Okay, 2 decimals over here. Sorry, not 40. 4 by 50. Right? That's all I have done. So put 4 divided by 50 over here and then square it. Is that okay? Fair enough? All right. Okay. Shall we move ahead? Praveen, I'll be starting the JEE Advanced classes also very soon. Very soon. Just give me like 1-2 days. Okay. I'll be starting. Okay. Just hold on. Moving on. The equipotential surfaces are shown. The electric field strength will be how much? 10 volts, 20 volts, 30 volts. So where does electric field go? Electric field goes from high voltage to low voltage. High voltage to low voltage, that means the electric field should go in this particular direction. Always from high to low. Okay. Electric field is along x-axis, wrong. Electric field is along the y-axis, wrong. It is at a 120-degree angle with the x-axis. Yes, most likely 120 degrees with the x-axis, most likely. So I do not know whether it is option C or option D, but A and B are definitely wrong. So how do I find that? How do I find the strength? So basically, just see what is the distance between these two lines. What is the distance between 10 volts and 20 volts line? Just drop a perpendicular. So the base is, let's say, 10 units. This is perpendicular. This is distance. This is 30 degree. So how much is this distance? This will be 10 sine 30, which is basically 10 into half, which is basically 5. So this is 5 meters. And remember, electric field is in this direction. Electric field is in this direction. And electric field is delta V by delta R. Delta V is the change of the potential, which is 20 minus 10. And the distance is basically 5. So it is basically 10 by 5. But that is in centimeters. So convert it into meters. Remember, this was centimeters. So into 10 to the power minus 2. It will become into 10 to the power plus 2. So this will become basically 200. So hence option C should be correct. Yes, option C is correct. Option C is correct. Got it, my dear students? Everybody with me on this? Cool. Let's move on to the next one coming up on your screen. Water is falling from some height. And the question is basically what amount of hydroelectric energy can light up how many number of lamps? How many number of lamps can you light up? Okay, that is the question. 50% of the energy is only converted. So per hour. So first of all, potential energy, okay, is nothing but mgh. So potential energy per unit time is mgh by T. The electrical energy which is coming per unit time is half of the total potential energy per unit time. So it will be basically half of mgh by T. This is the electrical energy per unit time, which is also the electrical power. The question is, how many 100-watt lamps can you light up? Each lamp consumes 100 watts. Each lamp consumes 100 watts. Multiplied by N will give me the total electrical power, which is exactly this, which is half mgh divided by T. So 100 multiplied by N is equal to mgh by T. So here we have all the data points, like the mass is given. How much mass? 9 into 10 to the power 4 kg per hour. 1 hour is 3600 seconds. Gravity is 10. Height is basically 40. And this is into N, and this is 100. From this you will get the value of N. Check it out if it comes out as 50. Check it out if it comes out as 50. Okay. In fact, you can see 9 4s are 36. 36 cancels. Half is basically 0.5. All other are decimals or powers of 10 or zeros. So answer should be 5 into 10 to the power something. So it is 50. Directly also I can mark it by using my trick of ignoring the powers of 10. Ignoring the powers of 10. Moving on to the next question, guys, coming up on your screen. The electron moving with the speed of this enters a magnetic field. If it describes the circle of this, the strength of the magnetic field must be. Direct formula, R is equal to mv divided by qb. Therefore, magnetic field is equal to mv divided by qr. So mass, electron is close to 9 into 10 to the power minus 31. Velocity is 10 to the power 6. Charge 1.6 10 to the power minus 19, and the radius is basically 0.1, my dear warriors. That's it. Solve this and see what is the answer that you are getting. Close to 5.5 into 10 to the power minus 5 Tesla. Direct usage of formula. Many of you are wondering, sir, how did I get this value? You should remember these values. Mass of an electron, mass of a proton, right? Atomic mass unit, standard mass of Earth. All these values, better remember it. Sometimes they might not give it, and you cannot cry. You cannot cry that, sir, this was not given, that was not given. You cannot cry for that. It's not like NTA. NTA is one body which at least listens to you. Okay, we can make videos, we can do this, we can say like, please NTA, please don't do this, and they listen. See, last January attempt, whatever mistakes they did not repeat it this time. So hopefully the percentile distribution will be much more even. But in VITEEE, you cannot do anything. It's done, it's done. That's it. It's a private college. So V1 is the velocity of the body from point A, V2 is the velocity of the body from point B, which is vertically below the highest point C. If both the bodies collide, then. Now, if both the bodies are collide, that means the time to reach on the top will be the same. Isn't that so? The time to reach on the top will be the same. Correct? So what will you do, my dear students? What will you do? Just think about it. Just think about it. Their vertical component should be same. If the time to reach on the top will be same, their vertical components are same. Yes, this guy also has a horizontal velocity which is bringing them closer, but since their vertical velocities are same, they are able to reach at the same time. So V1 sine 30 will be equal to V2. Sine 30 is basically half. So that is the relationship. So V1 is 2 times of V2. V1 is 2 times of V2. So the time is same, the time taken will be the same. So the vertical velocities are also the same. That is the idea used here. Okay, directly solve the question. Cool. Let's go on to the next one coming up on your screen. There is a frame 10 centimeters at some distance beside a wire. Question is, if the wire is if the loop is dragged, how much EMF is generated? Okay, first of all, let me tell you, the formula for EMF is LVB. LVB, correct? And EMF is only generated if length, velocity, magnetic field, these are perpendicular. So here, if you notice the velocity and the length, they are all in the same direction. So ignore this part and ignore this part. No EMF generated here, no EMF generated here. Whereas over here, there will be some EMF, let's say E1 generated. There will be some EMF E2 generated. Both these EMFs are opposite. So the net EMF will be E1 minus E2. E1 minus E2. Because one EMF will be clockwise, one EMF will try to provide the voltage anti-clockwise. So since it's like two batteries connected in the opposite directions in series, so you will take the net EMF as the subtraction of their EMFs. And each EMF will be length into velocity into the field and length into velocity into the field. Length is same, velocity is same, magnetic field is different because the distances are different. So length is same, velocity is same, magnetic field is different. What is the magnetic field formula? It is mu naught I divided by 2 pi and the distance, let's say x1, minus mu naught I divided by 2 pi x2. So this will become nothing but L into V into mu naught divided by 2 pi, and then there is I also. Here you have 1 by x1 minus 1 by x2. That's it. You know all the values over here. Here after this you know all the values. The length is basically 0.1 meters. The velocity is nothing but how much? 10 meters per second. Mu naught by 2 or mu naught value you know is 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 7. The current value also you know is 1 ampere. It is 1 ampere. Then x1 and x2 values. Well, this is x1. x1 is how much? 10 centimeters. That means 0.1 meters. x2 is this much. x2 is this much. It is 0.1 plus 0.1, which is 0.2 meters. That's it. Substitute the values. You will get the answer as 1 microvolt. You should get the answer as 1 microvolt. Is that okay, everyone? So this is a lengthy question. In case of examination, you will leave this question, okay, and try to solve it at the end. Try to solve it at the end. Do not keep it in the between. In fact, there is an easy way to eliminate two options. How many of you know this trick? Do you want to know the trick? Even without solving these things, I have a 50% chance of getting the correct answer. I have a 50% chance of getting the correct answer. How many of you know this trick? Do you want to know the trick? Thank you, Priyanshu Yadav. Love you too, my dear warriors. Always, Sai. What is the trick? Yes, time consuming question. That's why you leave it. But you will solve it at the end, and if there is no time, what will you do? You have to guess. How do you guess? Simple thing. Check what is the highest value. Check what is the highest value in the options. Don't even read the question. I'm just looking at the options. Highest value is this. Check what is the lowest value. Check what is the lowest value. It is this. So ignore this and ignore this. It will be either this or this. It will be either this or this. So you have 50% chance. 50% chance is better than 25% chance. Out of 4 options, picking one option is better than picking just 1 out of 2, right? Understood, my dear warriors? Yeah. If the magnetic field was constant, then there will be no EMF. Here magnetic field is different. That is why there is EMF which is generated, right? So the magnetic field is different because of the distance relationship. Understood this trick? Loved this trick? Smash the like button if you have not done that. Okay, capacitor and inductor in parallel applied to a AC circuit. The question is, what is the current drawn from the generator? Here the current through the, what is it? Condenser means capacitor is basically 0.4. Current through the inductor is 0.9. I have seen a lot of people, what they do is they add these currents 0.4 and 0.9, but that is not the case. They are in parallel. When you are in parallel, the voltage is the same. The voltage is the same. So unlike series circuit where you draw on the horizontal line the current, here you will put the voltage and the current will be, you know, like this and like this. Remember, for the inductor, the voltage is ahead of the current. So IL will be here and the inductor current is 0.9. And for the capacitor, the current is ahead of the voltage. So here you will put IC as 0.4. Now this is the correct way of drawing it. Now you can see that the total current is not IC plus IL, rather it is IL minus IC by phasor diagram. So it is basically 0.9 minus 0.4, which is 0.5 amperes. So it is 0.5, which is option C. This is a very tricky question. Many students make a mistake here. Oh, you are in class 8. Wow. Welcome, young warriors. Why did you eliminate options, Karthik? That is the psychological effect of an examiner when they set the paper. If the answer is, let's say, 5, they will always try to keep 2 more options, one lower or one upper. You imagine you are the paper setter. You want to create options. That is human psychology. Human behavior is predictable. Understand that. And psychologists have done this. Okay. So there is a very good chance. I'm not saying always. There will be obviously somebody who will beat the matrix. But most of the people will follow certain things. So we know that these trends continue. Nobody applies so much brain that, okay, some teacher, Shreyas Sir, is there into existence and he's teaching these tricks to the students. These are the cheat codes which Shreyas Sir is giving to the students. So I will play and make the options in a different way. They don't know about all this. They're just going to make the options using normal human psychology. And I know that, right? So that is why I'm telling you this. Oh, thank you, mitochondria. Mitochondria is also here. The powerhouse of the cell. Wow, very nice. Okay, what about this? The ozone layer in the atmosphere absorbs how much? The ozone layer in the atmosphere absorbs how much? Come on, my dear warriors. What does it absorb? What does it absorb? Come on, quickly. Tell me. Yes, the answer is D, X-rays and ultraviolet rays. So our skin gets protected, UV rays. So ozone layer is meant to absorb all X-rays as well as ultraviolet rays. That is a fact. You should know it. If you don't know it, now you know. And don't make the mistakes. Young slit experiment, how many maximas can be obtained on the screen, including the central maxima, both sides, central fringe, blah, blah, blah. Lambda is given, D is given. Okay. Lambda is 3000 and D is 5000. Lambda is 3000 and this is 5000. What do you do in these cases? First of all, always in these questions, find the ratio of D by lambda. Find the ratio of D by lambda. D is basically 5000. Lambda is basically 3000, blah, 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 blah. So 5 by 3. Okay. So D is basically 5 by 3 times of lambda. Everybody till this point, is it clear? Okay. Now, we know that 5 by 3 will be approximately like 1.67 times of lambda. That's enough for me. What you should do is quickly draw a line. Quickly draw a line. Mark one first line over here and call it 0 lambda. The question is, on both sides, how many maximas? Maxima means the part difference is integral multiples of lambda. Integral multiples of lambda. So 1 lambda, then 2 lambda, then 3 lambda. Yes. Here also 1 lambda, 2 lambda, 3 lambda. But when D is 1.67 lambda, remember this, your path difference has to be lesser than 1.67 lambda. It can't be more than that. So if this is the criteria, then this is allowed, this is allowed, this is allowed, this is not allowed. So totally 3 maximas are there. That's all. That is the easy trick to solve these questions. Easy trick. Find the ratio of D by lambda. See what is it. Okay, once you get that number, just write 1 lambda, 2 lambda, 3 lambda, 1 lambda, 2 lambda, 3 lambda. All those numbers below this are allowed for maximas. All the other numbers are not allowed. Okay? Okay. Mallikarjun, do you want me to give cheat codes for VITEEE? How many of you want me to give cheat codes? How many of you want to increase the marks? Yeah. And do you want us to come to Chennai also for your counseling? Do you want us to come for your, your career guidance? Maybe just for a few hours. Do you want to meet me? I want to know. After your VITEEE exam, I will come. No issues. After your SRMJ exam, I'll come. After 1-2 weeks. Is that okay? We want to. Yeah. Meet us, counsel, guidance, click photographs. Maybe. Yeah. Okay. But main thing is, sir, what to do for J Advanced? Sir, what to do for BITSAT? Sir, is this college good? Should I take a drop? Should I not take a drop? Do you want us to come? Chennai, Madurai, and maybe Coimbatore. And if time permits, maybe even Trichy and Salem, hopefully. Salem is my birthplace. Yeah. Madurai, how many of you are from Madurai? Chennai. I live in Bangalore. Yeah. Salem also, I want to come. Andhra, I was there just few weeks back. I was there in Andhra, Hyderabad. I was there in Hyderabad. Yep. I'll come to Hyderabad again and maybe even Vijayawada. Okay. Force between two identical short bar magnets whose centers are R meter apart as this. The separation is increased to double. The force between them is reduced to how much? Okay. So my dear students, in this question, what you will do is, remember, the force between magnet and magnet is actually inversely proportional to R raised to 4. So if I double the distance, this will become 2 raised to 4, which is as good as saying into basically 16 times. So 1 by 16 times. So the force will become 1/16th of the older force. So that is 0.5 Newton. So 0.5 Newton is option C. Yeah, r raised to 4, that is the answer. Be very, very careful. It is r raised to 4, not anything else. Correct. Oh, Ashu, my bad. I always keep thinking Hyderabad is in Andhra. Okay, it happens psychologically, you know, because I was born at a time where Andhra and Telangana were one. Yeah, so I naturally think of the same. Yeah, but I know it is in Telangana. Cool. Anyways, what about this Rutherford scattering experiment? When the projectile of charge Z1 and mass M1 approaches a target of Z2 and mass M2, the distance of closest approach, the energy of the projectile. Guys, and what happens is, when you talk about the distance of closest approach, the kinetic energy gets converted into potential energy from the target nucleus. Target nucleus is Z2. This is basically Z1. This is your closest distance. So that kinetic energy becomes equal to the potential energy. Potential energy is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Charge 1, which is Z1 into E, into charge 2, which is Z2 into E, upon basically R naught square. So you can see it is directly proportional to the product of Z1, Z2. Z1, Z2 is the product. So hence that is the answer, option A. Directly you can say that. Everybody with me? Got it? Yeah, awesome, awesome, awesome. Very nice, very nice. Moving on to the next question, guys, coming up on your screen. What will you do in this particular question? Quickly tell me. What is the maximum speed of the car on the road? Turn radius 30 meters, coefficient of friction. Okay, the maximum speed formula for a car turning around a road is mu r g. So question is, what is the maximum speed? Mu is basically 0.4, r is basically 30, g is basically 10. So 10 into 0.4 is 4, 4 into 30 is root of 120. Now root of 120, guys, what will it be? Root of 120 close to 11. 121 is close to 11, so it should be option A. Don't sit and calculate, sir, what is root of 120? 120, 121 close. 121's root 11. 11 is close to 10.84. So that should be the answer. Directly move on. Next question on your screen. Person coming to reach exactly the opposite point on the bank of a stream is swimming with a speed of 0.5 meters per second at an angle of 120 degree with the direction flow of the water. The speed of the water in the stream is. Okay. So over here, let's draw the river banks. Tries to reach, aiming the exactly opposite point, is swimming with a speed of 0.5 at an angle of 120 with the direction of the flow of the water. The flow of the water is like this. 120 degrees means here. So he tries to go like this with how much speed? 0.5 meters per second. So 120 degrees, this is 90. So naturally this is 30, and the flow of the river will be like this. This is the water's velocity. The resultant velocity will be like this, so that he ends up reaching here. That is the diagram. The speed of the water in the stream. In this particular question, the diagram which I have shown, sine of 30 degrees is W by hypotenuse. So W will be 0.5 into sine 30, which is half, which is 1 by 4, which is 0.25. Yes, perfect. That is the answer. That is the answer. Once you draw the diagram, it becomes very, very laddu. Very, very laddu. Okay. Is that right, everyone? All right. Moving on to the next question coming up on your screen. Here it is. A car which is going at 20 meters per second bank track describes a circle of radius 40 root 3. The angle of banking is. Okay. 20 meters per second on a bank track and describes an arc of a circle. This much the angle of banking. So if it is banked for this particular speed, the speed formula with angle of banking is given by V0 is root of Rg tan theta. Rg tan theta. V0 is 20. Radius is 40 root 3. G is 10. Tan theta, I do not know. Square both sides. 20 square is 400 is equal to 40 root 3 into 10 into tan theta. 400 cancels. Root 3 comes over here. So it will become 1 by root 3 is tan theta. So whose tan is 1 by root 3? It is 30 degree. Yes, option B is correct. Option B is correct. Everybody? Cool? Yes. 𝒐𝒏 Arjun? Okay, very good. Shall we move ahead to the next one? Here it comes. Force acting at a point, the value of alpha for which angular momentum is conserved. So if angular momentum is conserved, that means the net torque is 0. That means R cross F is 0. So if R cross F is 0, that means the ratio of the coefficients should be similar. That means alpha by 2 should be equal to 3 by minus 6, which is equal to 6 by minus 12. You can see the ratio is minus half. The ratio is basically minus half. Because if this is true, that means R is parallel to F. R is basically parallel or anti-parallel to F. So, right? So, hence alpha will be 2 times minus 1 by 2, which is minus 1. So, alpha is minus 1. Oops, option D is given. I think it should have been, yeah, option number B. Option number B. Okay, I think there is a printing mistake over there. Yes, because the number should be exactly opposite. If this is minus, this is plus. So, alpha is minus, then 2 will be basically plus. Yes, is that right? Okay, moving on to the next one coming up on your screen. Convex lens is broken down into so and so parts. Question is, what is the power of each lens? What is the power of each lens? Come on, my dear warriors. What is the power of each lens? Come on, let's see if we can solve this. When you break it into 2 halves like this, then each will be P by 2, P by 2. When you break like this, the power does not change. It will be P and P only. Come on, my dear students, what should be the correct answer now? Power of lens 1 is, oh, but be careful, incorrect options are asked. Incorrect options are asked. So, power of lens 1 is P by 2. No, it should be actually P. So, this is incorrect. I think rest all will be correct only then. Rest all will be correct. Lens number 2 is P by 2. Yes, this half. Yes. Power of lens number 3 is also P by 2. Power of lens number 1 is P. Yes. Option A is definitely wrong. In fact, you can see these two options, L1 is P by 2, L1 is P. So, one of them has to be wrong. So, when incorrect question is asked, don't even focus on B and C. Directly focus on A and D. Because one of them will have to be wrong. Next one. This ball falls down. The question is, if the velocity of the ball does not change on entering the water, the viscosity of water is eta, then the value of height is given to be. Okay. So, it falls down, and whatever speed it gets, the speed remains constant. That means it should be terminal speed. And the speed with which it collides, the speed with which it falls for a free fall is given by the formula root of 2gh. Root of 2gh. Terminal speed formula is 2 by 9 gr square sigma minus rho, the whole thing divided by eta. Solve this, you will get the answer. Just square this off. So 2gh is equal to this whole thing square, 4 by 81 g square r raised to 4 eta square sigma minus rho and all of that. So, solving this, you should get the answer as option C. Yeah, you will get the answer as option C. Is that right, everyone? Okay, you can see that? Understood? Clear? Very good, very good. It's straightforward question, straightforward question. Moving on to the next question. In fact, yeah, what is it? A given ray of light suffers minimum deviation in an equilateral prism. Additional prism Q and R of identical shape and material are now added to P. Then the ray will suffer same deviation, greater deviation, no deviation, total internal reflection. This and this are identical. So imagine only when this prism was there, when the prism number P was there, the ray of light was entering and having some deviation. When P and Q will be there, think about it, when P and Q will be there, that ray of light will not suffer only any deviation. It will basically come out parallel to it. Now, once it has come parallel to it, the single prism of R which is there, the light will enter and undergo the same effect what P did. Whatever happened with P, the same effect will happen with one single prism of value R. So, the first two prisms are basically cancelling out each other. The third prism is the effective prism. So, it will behave like the original prism. So, there will be no change, or basically the same deviation will happen. The same deviation as before will happen. Is that right? There will be no further change of deviation. Understood? Okay. So, the first two prisms cancelled out. So, effectively 3 prisms is like one prism. That is the whole idea. So the same deviation will happen like before. Next one. If M is the magnetic moment, B is the magnetic field, then the torque is given by. Come on, torque is nothing but magnetic moment cross B, that's all. Direct formula based. Is it not option C? M cross B. How many of you got it? Very good. Okay, very good, very good, very good. Awesome, awesome. Awesomeness. Very good, very good. Option C. Moving on to the next one, coming up on your screen. Planet at certain distance, solar system is 10 times more massive than Earth, and its radius is also 10 times smaller. Given the escape velocity of the Earth's surface is this, the escape velocity from the surface of the planet will be how much? Escape velocity is given by the formula root of 2gm divided by r. Now, what happens is, this is 11 kilometers per second for Earth. So for that other planet, I don't know the escape velocity. I will call it as V2. But it is clearly mentioned that the mass is 10 times more and the radius is 10 times less. So it will become, so the value will become root of 2gm divided by r, and 10 into 10 will become basically 100. So 100's root is basically 10. 100 roots is basically 10. This value is 11. So it will become 11 into 10, which is 110. That should be the answer. Yes, option C. Yes, option C. Directly you can get it. No, it is not A. It is option C. Many people cancel the 10 and 10 and they say, sir, the answer is same as before, and they say it is option A. No, you missed it. It is smaller. It is smaller and bigger. So, you know, it will multiply 10 into 10. So it will become basically like this, root of 2gm divided by r, 10 into 10. So root of 10 into 10 will be 10 outside the root. Got it? Okay. Moving on. Okay, some homework questions for all of you. You can take a screenshot of this and also this. This is your second homework question. Okay, just solve this. Let's solve some English questions quickly. Ready for English? Full with Josh. If you are new to the channel, have you subscribed? ABD Villas will be starting very soon. Yeah, ready for English? Oh, did I miss that gravitation part? Yeah. Vanakkam Chandru. Vanakkam. Yep. Let's do it. Yeah. Last 5-10 minutes of the class. Starting off with a passage question. This passage question, please take a screenshot. If an opinion contrary to your own makes you angry, then this is a sign that you are subconsciously aware of having no good reason for thinking as you do. But if someone maintains that 2 and 2 are 5 or that Iceland is on the equator, you will feel pity rather than anger, unless you know so little of arithmetic or geography that his opinion shakes your own contrary conviction. Understood the passage? Or did it go bouncer? Sir, what is this passage, sir? Okay, tell me quickly. Understood this passage? Okay, keep this passage on your screen, maybe on the side or something, take a screenshot. Here is the first question. If someone else's opinion is making you angry, what does it mean? What does it mean, my dear warriors? We are subconsciously aware of having no good reason for becoming angry. There may be a good reason for his opinion, but we are not consciously aware of them. Our own opinion is not based on good reason, and we know this subconsciously. We are not consciously aware of reason of your own opinion. Very confusing options. Go back. If someone else's opinion makes us angry, it is a sign that subconsciously you are aware of having no good reason for thinking. You are subconsciously aware of, having no good reason for thinking whatever you are. So your own opinion is not based on a good reason, and we know this subconsciously. I think it is option C. Just check this out. Yes, it is. How many of you wrote C? Ayo, what is this A? No good reason for becoming angry. That's wrong. If it makes you angry, that is a sign that subconsciously you are aware of having no good reason. You are not subconsciously aware for becoming angry. No, this is not right. This is not right. You are subconsciously aware that, okay, I don't have any good reason. I don't have a logical opinion to counter the other person. So option C is more appropriate. Be very careful. Yes. Yes. Understood? Clear? Perfect. Okay. So what does this statement mean? Your own contrary conviction. Your own contrary. It's like opposing. Come on. What does this mean? Conviction means something what you believe in. The fact that you feel pity rather than anger. The opinion that 2 and 2 are 4. The opinion that 2 and 2 are 5. The fact that you know so little arithmetic or geography. Your own contrary conviction. The fact that you feel pity rather than anger. I think that was there in this particular passage, if you know. For your own contrary conviction, right? You will feel pity rather than anger. Because you believe in something, okay? But you know that it is not right. It's opposing what your belief is. So, you know, this is what the correct option should be. Where is it? Option number A. The fact that you feel pity rather than anger. Yes. Awesome. Awesome. What about this? Conviction. Conviction means, a lot of you were thinking, sir, what is this meaning of conviction? I'm convicted of the, I'm convinced. So it is derived from that. Conviction means it's my strong belief. So I think option C should be correct. Strong belief. My conviction is that I can crack J. My conviction is that I can crack this entrance exam. That means you believe it. So contrary conviction means not what you believe in. It's opposing what you believe in. Okay. The writer says if someone maintains that 2 and 2 are 5, you feel pity because you have sympathy, don't agree with him, want to help the person, feel sorry for his ignorance. This is straightforward. Why do you think you will be pity rather than being angry? Rather than being angry. Come on, think about it. Because you know that the person is wrong and you are aware of the true facts. Then you are feeling sorry that he does not even know anything. That's why, not because of sympathy, as per the writer. So feel sorry for his ignorance. Correct. Very good. Very good. Moving on to the next one. The second sentence in the passage means what? Let's go back to the second sentence in the passage. The second sentence in the passage, this statement. If someone maintains that 2 and 2 are 5 or Iceland is on the equator, you will feel pity rather than being angry. Unless you are knowing very little about geometry, arithmetic, geography, which will shake your own contrary conviction. So what do you think the correct answer should be? Just check if it is illustrates the point made in the first statement. Yes, correct. Builds up the argument of the first sentence by reciting it from the opposite point of view. No, it is basically demonstrating whatever the first line meant. The first line was exactly, you know, an opinion which will make you, you know, angry. It's a sign that you are aware, you are not having a good reason. Why are you becoming angry? Because you don't know how to counter that argument. To demonstrate why you become angry and when you don't have a reason, this second statement is explaining that. You will become angry because you don't know that subject. You don't know the logical reasoning for it. You don't know how to counter that. That is when you will become angry. Else, you will feel pity that, oh, this person does not even know this. Maybe he is not aware of these facts. So that is the reason why the answer will be, you know, option D. Now remember, the VITEEE test series are available in the description box, right? For just 499 rupees. Original price was 999 rupees. 50% discount straight off with 6 full syllabus tests based on the latest pattern: physics, chemistry, maths, as well as aptitude and English. Papers are there. Practice these 6 tests. You will see a guaranteed rank improvement and a guaranteed score improvement. And you will also get the solutions, and you can give these tests as many times as you want. So if you are wondering where it is, as you are watching this particular video, wow, such a beautiful place, Club Mahindra. Looks like I need to go on vacations. Okay, just one second. Yeah, this one. Where is the description box? Why is the description box not coming? Something has changed, huh? YouTube. Huh? Something has changed. I don't know what has happened. The description box has changed. Something I'm not able to see. Anyways, it's there. It was there in the description box, or I'll put it up in the comments. Okay. Just make sure you join the VITEEE test series and practice. It's just for 499 rupees. It's worth. Better to be in a good branch. Imagine you get computer science rather than getting random branches which you don't like, or electronics engineering. So it's better. Okay. So put in your 100%, solve these 6 tests based on the current pattern. All right. So that's it from my side. I hope you enjoyed a lot. Do not forget to smash the like button and be there for the next class too. Chemistry and then mathematics are happening in the afternoon and in the evening, 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock. And remember, EAP-SAT class at 7 o'clock by Namrata ma'am. Tomorrow, EAP-SAT class by chemistry, and day after tomorrow, EAP-SAT class by your Captain Shreyas. Okay, that's it from my side. Bye bye. Captain Shreyas signing off. Take care.